can you do it on your own? Like, do you think, like, can you be aware of your capabilities, of the shadow stuff, of this bright stuff? Can you do it, like, watching YouTube videos, interviews, reading books? Can you do it on your own, like watching yourself, like, meditating? Is it? Do you think it's possible?
What I found out is that there is a difference between knowing and experiencing. So what I found out is that real initiation into aliveness, into responsibility, into your life only happens through experience. When you really go through it, when you really, when you read a book about it, it's just here. It's not it doesn't turn it on. It doesn't initiate the power within you. Just reading about it or seeing it, you know about it, then you know about it, then you know about perhaps that possibilities exist, but it doesn't get you into the capability of reaching these possibilities. So initiation happens through an experiential experience, experiential doing it, yeah, and therefore a training space where you can do it in a group of like-minded people with a space holder who has gone through this experience already, who can hold the space so that you can do this experience, is very powerful and very effective. I mean, life itself is also an experiential space. So you can, if life offers you this opportunity, then you can also go through it alone in parentheses. But you need to step over your comfort zone so that life can give you these situations. If you don't do it, if you stay in your comfort zone, then only crisis or deep life crisis can bring you, can open the space for you to do this experiential things, and then it's very painful normally, because it's painful situations in your life that brings you into this experiences, so that these powers get ignited.
Like having the disease or the death of someone,
having a
close to
disease
you,
or
accident.
separation from your partner, from your longtime partner, or somebody dies or something like that, or having a child unplanned or whatever. So life is also it's also there for transformation and for evolution and development, and you can do it intentionally for example, by attending to a training where there is a transformational space.
And actually, I have one more question, like a topic actually, which is really vivid in me, and it's combined with what you said just now, about this, like what if you do not change, what comes to you, what life comes to you, and they change you. And for me, it's this topic of climate thing, like climate catastrophe, and what's really like, when I read about it, when I get more and more into what's going on and what are the predictions by the scientists, it's more like I'm getting, okay, so what's the point? What's the, like, you get these goals, you get these dreams, and then you get like the message that in 10, 15 years or maybe less or something, like the whole system will collapse. And it actually, for me, is like, it's a heavy thing. And the question is, like, how to going after it, knowing this, when you get this knowledge, like how to live inspired and fulfilling life and go after what you want to do, knowing that knowing that in 10, 15 years old, this might collapse.
Some years ago, I attended to a talk of Professor Guy McPherson, and he's an emeritus professor from the US who is traveling the world to inform the people about the status quo of the climate change. And I said in this talk, and afterwards I was really depressed. I was really, it left me somehow hopeless. Because he says, okay, we are at the point where we cannot, with the means that we have at the moment, we cannot make it or reverse the climate change. And he said in about 18 years, we will have the first effects, and then in about 20 or 30 years, people will start to stop their work, and you will don't find there will not and all the consequences. So so I sat there and I said, okay, it's really hopeless. So, and then I asked myself, so what are the alternatives? So if there is no hope, is it an alternative for me to just sit there and say, okay, it doesn't matter, anything doesn't matter anymore, and I can only sleep and drink and eat and enjoy myself? And then I found out, no, there is no alternative for me to even if it is short, the rest of my life is short, or the rest of our lives, or the earth is short, to do what I want to do, to give what I want to give, to follow my purpose. Because, you know, I don't know if if my life or if I have so much time until we die from, I say it like this, we die from climate change, or I die from, perhaps I'm dying tomorrow or in a week. So our concept, or our imagination of having a lot of time, of having 80, 90 years, it's just an illusion. It's just something that we always tell us, oh, I have time. I do the stuff that I want to do after, when I'm a pensioner, after I have done my normal work. So, and we postpone the things. Perhaps I'm not here anymore next week. So why not start now with living? So, and this is the one part, so not hesitating anymore. And even if I know perhaps the world ends in 20 or 30 years or 50 years, for me it's no alternative. There's no alternative than living my vocation, because this is what I want to do. And at the same time, I think the job that I'm doing, breaking crusts or blasting crusts, and changing our way of thinking and feeling, for example, bringing the feelings, or giving the feelings more space in our lives, could change something. Because when we start to feel again, or when we allow ourselves to feel again, the sadness about what's going on outside, the sadness when you see the pictures, of the oceans full of plastic, or the rainforest, the forest burning in Australia at the moment, when you let it touch yourself again, when you let yourself feel the pain again, then perhaps we are able to connect us with this common sadness and do something about it. Or as soon as we allow ourselves to feel the fear that perhaps our children or our children's children will not have a basis for life anymore in this world, because of the way we live in this world, with our wish for comfort and safety. Perhaps we use this fear to find more sustainable way of living together in this world. So I cannot do differently than to continue my work, because perhaps it changes something, it makes a difference.
Thank you.